Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here today giving you an Uber's tier Pokemon Showdown battle. Now a little bit about this battle. I came out with a new team. I kind of like it. It's kind of cool. I still need to work out the kinks with it, but it'll be alright. I was trying to get a really good battle for Uber since I haven't had a Uber's battle in a while. And there were so many games that were potentially amazing, but then hacks either ruined it for me or the opponent, and it just made the battle not as great. But this battle is pretty decent. We both had to make decent plays. There wasn't too many hacks. So yeah, I'll show you in just a second. Also, if you hear the microphone sound a little bit different, that's because I have a new microphone set with headphones. It's pretty cool. I think it sounds pretty nice. You guys can tell me how it goes. So, anyway, let's go to that team preview. So, on my side, you can tell I have a Groudon, so I kind of have a Sun team here. I don't really want to have a Rain team be a little bit different. But I do have some pokes that are definitely meant to take on Rain teams, as you can see my Ferrothorn and Tentacruel. But today we're facing a pretty standard team without weather, so there's not much to look at here. I found Genesect is quite the big threat along with Darkrai, and basically my goal is I need to get my Sun up, do some damage with Ho-Oh, maybe get a couple Swords Dances with Arceus, and my goal is just to try sweeping things. Maybe I can get the multi-scale broken with Lugia with Stealth Rock. But yeah, let's just go right to the battle. So I start out with my Groudon, which is Choice Banded. So with my Stab Earthquake, I will be doing a lot of damage on anything. But I'm definitely fearing the Ice Beam. And I go into Ho right away, as I just want to get off some kind of damage on something. And the Sun Boosted Sacred Fire, which is Stab of course, does quite a bit of damage on Lugia. You can't see it here, but he has pressure. So I don't really understand that. Maybe he didn't understand the abilities. But nonetheless, his Lugia is almost taken out. And my Ho-Oh here is standing strong. Goes for the Sacred Fire on the switching in Giratina. And I do get the burn, so that's very fortunate for me. Although I am toxic, so that's not the greatest situation, but it's alright. So go into Groudon, do a little bit of damage, and Giratina goes to sleep. And you'll see this bulky guy does so much to me. First, he gets the Sleep Talk and gets the Will-O-Wisp on my Groudon. So my Choice Band is kind of useless now. So I switch out to Ferrothorn, maybe get some Hazards or Leech Seed, and he goes for the Sleep Talk again and gets the Will-O-Wisp again. But now, I just want to get some Hazards up. I got my Stealth Rock up, so there's no chance Lugia is coming in anytime soon, because it'll just die. So now, I eventually bring in Arceus, go for the Shadow Claw, get a crit, which is nice, but then he's so bulky and he gets the burn on me. So now, the only chance I have, set up a Swords Dance or two, and try to take out this Giratina, because it's too bulky to take out right now. It's a pretty big threat. So now I'm at +4, and my Shadow Claws should be doing quite a bit of damage, and with that crit, it definitely does some nice stuff. Now, it's a little bit less than half health. I'm just going to go for the Shadow Claw again, I believe. And yes, I do, and I think Arceus isn't really worth it anymore. I should just get off a Stab Extreme Speed, do as much damage as possible. I do get the crit, fortunate for me, and I will have enough health to live the burn, and then go for one more Extreme Speed. But I predict the Giratina switch in, go for the Shadow Claw, and the Giratina is almost out. So the Giratina is at very low health. I can go into Zekrom here, and I'm going to try taking advantage of his sleep, because his Sleep Talk doesn't have the greatest chance of doing something bad to me. But I go for the sub, and he does get Dragon Tail on the first turn, a little unfortunate for me. It's 1 in 3 chance. And so I set up a sub again, and for some reason he doesn't even go for the Sleep Talk there, so I'll just take it to my advantage. So I go for the Bolt Strike, and I'm just like, don't miss. I don't miss, but it does so little so the Giratina can rest again. But that's alright, because I will take this time to set up my Hone Claws. So, if all else fails, I can just go for my Outrage and eventually finish off this Giratina. But now I'm going to go for the home clause again as he brings in Genesect. So I'm at +2. And even if he takes out my sub, I really don't care. I will easily take out this Genesect with the Bolt Strike. Goes for the Flamethrower, doesn't really matter if he's Beam or anything else. So now that Genesect is gone, and for some reason he goes into Lugia right away. He could have made it switch fodder or something. Oh well. But now he brings in Giratina again. It is sleeping. So I'm going to try to take advantage of it and go for the sub, but he does get the Dragon Tail. I'm going to set up the sub again, hope that he doesn't get the Dragon Tail, but he does get it again. It's kind of funny. So now I think he's going to wake up next turn, so it's not really worth it anymore to stall out. So I'm just going to go for the Outrage, and that takes out the Giratina. I was kind of afraid this Dialga was Scarf, but I didn't really care. My Zekrom goes to the Outrage, takes out the Dialga. Now I do have quite a few pokes against his, but as you'll see, it's going to get pretty close. I think Zekrom's not really worth it anymore. It did so much work this game, so he's out. Now I bring in Ferrothorn, and he goes for the sub right away, and I missed the Leech Seed anyway, so that really doesn't matter. Now he goes for the Dark Pulse, gets a crit. I guess it doesn't matter that much, although my Ferrothorn survivability is definitely running low. My goal here is just to make sure he isn't able to have a sub. So I'm just going to keep going for the Gyro Balls. And now his Groudon comes in. He does not do a lot at all. So I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed here. Increase my survivability a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to switch out because Ferrothorn's basically on its last leg anyway. So he just goes for the Earthquake, finishes me off, no big deal. But now I'm going to go into Groudon. I think I could do a little damage. I guess he predicted a switch in to like Tentacruel, which he should have just went for the Earthquake anyway because I'm toxic with my Ho-Oh. Maybe he forgot about that because he probably thought I was going to Leech Seed stall him or something. Either way, I get the better end of this battle against Groudon versus Groudon, as my Groudon barely lives, and I just don't want this Darkrai to have a free sub on me. So even though I go down here, it's no big deal, as it's now 2-on-2. I was kind of afraid that he was going to go for the Dark Void and put my Ho-Oh to sleep, but then I remembered that I was toxic, which is great, because now this Darkrai is just going to keep going down with the substitute, hoping that I miss, but I have 95% accuracy. So that hopefully won't miss, and it doesn't, thankfully. And I just finished it off with a Brave Bird to not miss, take out the Darkrai, and that was the game. So that was a great battle, Shadowbladez. Like always, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please just comment on the video, and I'll be glad to respond to that. Now, a couple announcements. I'm getting close to 50 subscribers, so that really epic battle is going to be commentated soon, so be ready for that. This weekend, I am going to show you my battles against Jax Gaming, a fellow Pokemon commentator, so get ready for that. And please tell me what you think about my new microphone. Personally, I like it a lot. You guys tell me your opinions as well. So, guys, like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.